Good morning, fellow billionaires. This is Silver 5150 with your morning update for Thursday, June the 11th, 2020. All right, guys, going to be an exciting day today. It seems that economic reality is starting to work its way into the system as investors are growing tired of all the jawboning coming out of Washington, D.C. about stimulus and Jerome Powell, the Fed chairman, putting another nail in the dollar's coffin by leaving the Fed funds rate at 50 basis points projected out for the next 2 years. Never seen a Fed chairman do that before. That's one of those never things. So we'll see how that plays out today in the market action. Fortunately for us, stackers, gold and silver seem to be holding their own. Now, I watched the markets last night. I watched the indexes for gold and silver last night. They were the only commodities that were in the green. However, they were stuck fast, guys. Now, if you don't think there's any manipulation, okay, just go back and look at that overnight chart and you'll see a dead straight line. You're not supposed to keep $7 trillion markets that calm, that steady in a swirling, dynamic economy like we have right now. And I don't mean dynamic in a good way. All right. Precious metals should have been all over the place, and they should have been headed upward last night. Of course, they were held in check. The dollar, of all things, was up overnight, and it's continuing to stay up today, even though the Fed funds rate has been left at 50 basis points. That is a very, very negative sign for the dollar. So we'll see if economic reality works its way into the dollar index today. In which case, if that happens, then of course gold and silver will get the green light to move upward. Stocks should move upward, but like I said, there's been too much pumped into it too soon. They overshot, and now it's time to pay the price. So we'll see what kind of drama is produced in stocks today. If I were people that were in stocks right now, if I was in the stock market, and I seen that 75% retracement that we had since 18,000 down, I would consider probably stepping to the side a little bit, waiting for the air to clear, coming in past the first part of July to get those economic numbers for quarter two. And then, if the market manages to hold up from those stats, I would get back in the market. But until then, I would think about getting out, and I would probably stay out until I see what was going on in quarter four. That's just me. Anyway, so gold and silver right now, they're just looking for an opportunity to make a breakout. So like I said, if the dollar starts to weaken today, we could see that happen. Silver right now is around $18, looking for a signal, and then gold, of course, is around 1730, just a bit over 1730, past that critical level we need to make sure that a breakout can take place. All right, while you were sleeping, of course, we like to refer to the U.S. national debt clock, which easily cleared 26 trillion in nominal debt. Okay, 26 trillion now. We're past 25 trillion on the 26 trillion. And we will continue to see if this picks up pace. Now, if you've been following this morning broadcast, you know that we probably announce a trillion added to the U.S. debt about every 22 days. So we'll see if that pace increases. And if so, we know we're heading into hyperinflation. All right. For those of you that love to invest in Lieber Todds, all right, I don't have any specials or deals for you today, but I have a bit of good news. It seems that the premiums in Lieber Todds, according to the APMEX portfolio information, the portfolio tool reveals that even though we only had a 50% lift in precious metals yesterday out of silver, we had $1.50 increase in retail premium of Lieber Todds. That's something I noticed on my portfolio last night. So even though the spot prices aren't doing what we expect them to do under these circumstances, the premium market, the premium retail market's taking care of it. Unfortunately, we have to figure out a way to shop around it. All right. So here we have the 1984 Englehart Prospector round. And it's one of the most beautiful rounds, one of the most historically accurate rounds that I can think of, and has a nice Englehart eagle on the back. If you do stack these rounds and you see these available, try to find the Englehart rounds that have the E logo on the back. They are more collectible. I think their mintage is lower, but either one of these rounds are excellent, excellent, excellent. For those of you who don't know, 1984 is Englehart round. On the lunar calendar, 1984 is the year of the stacker, and we like to celebrate that whenever we can. Guys, come on. There's no such thing as the year of the stacker. I'm just having a little fun with it. But I am going to take my donkey out this weekend, head up into the hills, and see if I can find a nice claim where I can get some silver. Oh, wait a minute. No. I'm just going to sit at home in the air conditioning at my computer, and I'm going to order some stuff online. Going to take about 5 minutes. So a little perspective there on how easy we got it. Back in the day, if you were this guy, you were out there and you were trying to find areas where you could mine and maybe pan and maybe find, a little something. to keep yourself going during the month. But at the same time, you had bandits and people that wanted what you had. So you had to be careful, about how you prospected and then how you sold that and spent that. Not very easy times. Of course, we were talking about the Perth Mint yesterday, and those guys that got in on the big claims that they had out there were able to work in a safer environment. But, that was then. This is now. We have it really easy. So if you think premiums are tough, just keep in mind that you really don't have to do anything but click a mouse now to get the bullion that you like to have in your stack. All right. So tonight, we're going to take a trip to Never Never Land. I'm getting a lot of Never Never types in our stacking community that's telling us that we're not going to see gains here, we're not going to see gains there. This will never happen because of this, and this will never happen because of that. So we're going to go over some things that should have never happened here in just the last few months, but did. And we're going to bounce off the Venezuelan hyperinflation to talk about what it means to have next to nothing while we look at a coin that depicts having plenty. All right. So we hope you guys join us tonight for that. We'll have a little fun, have a little song, and we will talk about the effects of hyperinflation on a nation that's trying very hard to fight it. All right. So go ahead and take on the day, do your cellular immunity, go out, make the most of it, and we will see you tonight at the show. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you this evening with the coin of plenty. Bye.